So tell me if you agree with me. If I told you that unsuccessful people mostly are around unsuccessful people and successful people are mostly around successful people, would you agree with me? Probably yes, wouldn't you? But what if I told you that that is only true for the long term, but not necessarily for the short term? Now you may ask yourself, hey, but what do you mean by that? And so let me tell you a story which will answer that question. Imagine being on self-improvement since many months now, and you have a friend, a really good friend of yours, who is in a bad situation. He goes out and drinks at least 2 to 3 times a week and smokes weed and does all those bad habits and is in a kind of bad environment. Then that good old friend of yours somehow gets around high quality people, and within 6 months he literally becomes a new person. And literally I was so happy for him, because that was the changement I really hoped for a long time. But at the same time I kind of envied him, bro, because imagine he achieved in 6 months what I had achieved in 1.5 years. So in that moment I actually discovered the power of environment, which has the potential to save you or to destroy you. And so I wanted to actually understand why it actually was that our environment has such a big influence on us, and how to actually use that to my advantage. And you probably don't know who I am. My name is Andrea Cuneri, and my mission is to become the best version of myself and to help you out on that same way. So if that sounds interesting, then subscribe. So why is it actually that our environment has such a big influence on us? Have you ever heard that saying which says that we are the average of our 5 best friends? And that quote made me think a lot, because it made me understand that we're actually able, but it's very, 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 very difficult and unlikely that we stay untouched and uninfluenced by the people we spend our time with. If you haven't clicked off, then it is because you too, like me, want to become the best version of yourself. And so why making our lives even more difficult, and why slowing down our improvements by being around people we don't really want to be around? And why not making ourselves a favor by speeding up our improvements? And how do we do that? Personally, I've seen that a very, very powerful thing is to get around people who are on your same path. So you all influence yourselves on a good way, and you all improve much faster. So after having had that experience with my friend, I looked around myself, and what I have discovered was that pretty much in every situation, you either leave an environment or you become like it. So if an average person goes around high quality people, then he can either leave the group or he will become like them. And a high quality person can go around average people and he either leaves them or he becomes like them. Crazy, isn't it? So we both now know that we want to use this to our advantage, but how do we do that? And so you may have already heard that advice, OQP, only quality people. But then I realized, what does define a high quality people? And I've seen that there are some traits that are kind of similar for everyone, but there are other traits that change from person to person. And so the approach that I've seen that worked the best for me was to define who I wanted to become, so that I actually knew what a high quality person actually looked like for me. And so now that we know what a high quality person for us looks like, the next step is actually kind of simple. It's just about being less and less and less around the people who are not the way that you want to become, and being more and more and more around people who are the way that you want to become. So surround yourself with the people you want to be like, and ruthlessly leave the people that you don't want to be like, because as we have seen, they have an immense influence on you. You either leave them or become like them. And as another very important thing that you can do, which I know that you probably are doing already right now, is to work on yourself, because those high quality people probably also don't want to be around low quality people. They are high quality because they are around high quality people. And so by becoming more like them, by becoming higher quality yourself, they will actually be more probable to help you out, to want to be with you. Sounds logical, doesn't it? As another little bonus is to also get on the internet as much of those positive influences as you can get. And I really hope to be that positive influence for you. And so I know that sometimes it's difficult because we don't want to leave our friends, even though we know that they are toxic for us, and we don't think that there are those high quality people around. But remember that there will always be some people just like you, just like the people that you want to search, already there, just like you are in search for someone else with whom they can improve faster and more. And so if this video actually helped you on the way to become the best version of you, then subscribe, because I will help you as much as I can on that way. And then remember the most important thing, bro. We could literally die today. So why not living it like it? Why not being who we want to be? Doing what we want to do, and most importantly, feeling every single moment. We only got one life, bro. So wish you all the best, and see you in the next video, bro.